frostbite. If it's warmer than minus 55 degrees Celsius, then it's a good day. So rug up as we venture to the coldest town in the world.
Let's everyone start getting the shivers.
The icy journey to Oymyakon
Siberia.
is a long, treacherous drive across Siberia.
Where's Siberia again?
Plummeting by the hour.
Is that next to Russia? Or am I way
It
off?
takes 2 days and nights on roads as slippery as glass. Inevitably, one of our backup vehicles came to grief along the way.
Oh, piss off with
There's
your
something
fucking ad, you
terribly
bitch.
haunting about this road to Oymyakon. It was built in the
Near
times
Russia?
of that dreadful
I
tyrant
think so.
Joseph Stalin to link a series of gulags or prison camps.
Gulag?
The political prisoners were used as unpaid labour.
Do you win your gulag?
Indeed, they were used to death, collapsing from exposure at the horrific rate of 1 every metre. Now think about that. That's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, and so the death and misery continued for 1,200 kilometres. More than 1 million people died constructing this. Little wonder they call it the Road of Bones.
Each time a person died, they just left them on the road and incorporated their bones into the aggregate.
What, just bulldozed them into the surface?
So quite literally, the Road of Bones.
I'm with a man highly qualified in extreme environments.
Look at the hat though.
Nick Middleton,
Why says
a travel writer and
why says one bigger
geographer
than yours?
from Oxford University.
Most of the slave labour wouldn't have been kitted out like we are, and they just literally worked them to death.
So in reality, for the last 2 days, we've been driving across 1 million people.
It's a thought, isn't it? And it's true.
Oh my.
To get to the coldest town on Earth, we cross 2 frozen rivers, climb a mountain range,
Holy fuck.
and traverse endless forests
Holy fuck.
to a remote speck on the map, smack bang in the middle of Siberia.
Ah, I knew it. Northeast of Russia.
Finally, our destination, Oymyakon, population 547.
I knew it. I knew it.
Here we are, at last.
Jesus, see the steam come out of that car.
First stop is the town square, a small monument to honour the man who recorded the record low.
This is the temperature,
Oh.
minus 71.2. That's the coldest ever recorded in an inhabited town.
I take it this is the fellow who...
This is the guy
did the
Holy
recording.
who
shit.
took the readings. His name's Obachev. He was a geographer, explorer, writer, and he recorded the temperature in the 1920s.
And he was freezing.
He was.
Man,
It's
freezing
hard to
his balls
describe
off.
the intensity of the cold, except to say that your freezer at home runs at minus 18 degrees. And when we drove into town, it was minus 45.
Holy fuck.
Although the town's mayor thought today's weather was quite mild.
Еще это потеплело. It's warm now.
This is warm.
What? He's got his shorts on.
Yeah, it's warm now.
Ah, this is t-shirt weather. What are you talking about?
The locals say it's truly cold when it dips below minus 50, when blood stops flowing to exposed skin and frostbite sets in.
Oh my god.
Ну, самое плохое в холоде, когда ты...
The worst thing here is that you can underestimate the cold, and you're not realizing when your parts of your body are frozen.
Не знаешь.
And you know what? The end of your nose is going.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Right.
going a waxy colour.
Okay, well that's not good.
No, it isn't.
I want to get back in the car.
Yeah,
Okay,
no kidding. It is. It's gone all white.
all right, thanks for coming. We hurried to our accommodation.
Alright, get your hands off my face.
There are no hotels, and a local family agreed to put us up. The native Yakuts have distinctive Asiatic features.
How could you even live there?
And live much as they've done for centuries.
А это что и было?
So if they was to like go anyone else in the world, they'd be like, oh my god, it's so hot.
Ice blocks are melted
What the fuck?
inside for fresh water. Tamara, you've lived here all your life. It must be a very hard existence.
Ну, есть свои определенные трудности, конечно, но...
Yes,
There are difficulties in anyone's life.
Just
but it's
imagine how warm it is in
here.
their houses.
If
Oof.
I had a choice to live anywhere in the world, it would
That's
be
like a sauna.
here.
Tamara, in your lifetime, what's the coldest day you've experienced?
64.
When I was a little girl, it was -68 one day. It's never been as cold since then.
Oh, you couldn't say 69. Missed opportunity right there, lady. It was -69.
One of the many day-to-day hardships of living in a place like this, aside from the temperature, and this morning it's -54, beauty, is
Beauty.
the complete lack of running water. These places have no pipes. I mean, apart from the money, it'd be no good putting them in anyway because the water would freeze instantly. And that means
Wait,
there's
he's
no
got
showers
frozen boogers.
and no baths, which is not so bad in these conditions. But that means there's also no flushing toilet.
He's got a frozen
which leads
booger.
me to this. Now,
Someone tell him.
the old-fashioned thunderbox is fine if you're in outback Australia, but let me tell you,
Oh my god, no
when you're
way.
in the coldest
No
part
way.
of the world and nature calls in the middle of the night, you have to come and get your kid off. Well, that's something else.
Nah, I'd piss myself.
Oymyakon is only 700 meters
Go on now, your
above
piss is
sea
just
level
solid.
and is well
It's just
below the
a
Arctic
frozen
Circle.
stream.
But the reason it's so cold is a unique function of geography. There's no ocean nearby to moderate the extreme conditions. And it's deep in a frigid valley.
And sitting in the bottom of this valley, all the cold
Oh
air
my
tends
God.
to accumulate. And that combination of factors
Oh, there's
adds
Nick.
up to the coldest
Nicky.
inhabited town on Earth. The
Mad.
people who live here, I think there are certain common factors. I haven't seen any tall people here. And that makes physiological sense because it minimizes the amount of surface area they have to lose heat from. It's the same as the Yakut horses. They're short, squat creatures.
Yakut horses have adapted so well, they stay outdoors 24/7.
Their one weak spot is that the ice accumulates on their backs.
Not surprised.
So they have to de-ice them.
De-ice the horse.
Every month or so in winter, farmers round them up for a procedure you'd see nowhere but here.
So they've got these
Oh.
really thick combs to
Oh.
scrape the ice off.
Ah!
Sergey,
Oh.
what do they use these horses for?
Ah! Oh! Ah.
Mainly for meat.
For meat.
For meat.
Horse meat, morning, noon and night. We'll get pretty bored of it by the end.
It looks harsh, but I bet they'll feel it. Just scraping the ice off your back, sir.
What do you got?
Below -50, this trick effect is supposed to work.
Another day in the deep freeze, and it was cold enough for Nick to try some experiments he'd read about studying geography.
Just don't stand under it.
This is boiling water. I've taken it just off the stove. You can see the steam.
Yeah.
Right? You watch. I'm going to throw the water up into the air. Right? Ready?
Yep. Oh. How good is that?
It's amazing, isn't it? It just immediately freezes in the atmosphere and turns to snow, plus a bit of residual steam. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Until you stand under it and it boils. You're now frozen
Washing
and
presents some
burnt.
interesting effects in this part of the world, Liam. And now, stand up and swing it round your head.
Swing it around my head.
Swing it round your head, please. Right. A bit longer.
This is how you dry it here, isn't it?
All we're effectively doing is speeding up the process of hanging it on the line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, stop now. See what
Oh,
effect you've got. Look at that.
Look at
You were
that.
doing that for about 10 seconds. And now look at it.
holy sh!
That is amazing. Look.
I've never tried this. But
Just
you can
move,
do it,
eh?
split it
Just
down
move.
quite easily. Like, yeah,
What,
try
your,
that.
your favourite T-shirt.
Yeah, yeah. It's an old one. Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
But nothing illustrated the deep freeze better than Nick's final party trick.
Just move to
I left a
Russia.
couple of bananas out last night. Have you ever seen a nail hammered in with a banana?
I can honestly say no.
Possibly not. Okay. Totally ridiculous, and yet
Look at that.
totally effective.
Look at that. You leave me off there, Nick.
The thing that struck me most about this place was that no matter how frigid the weather, the townsfolk just grin and bear it.
Nah.
On the coldest day of our journey, the local reindeer
I thought reindeers
herder
got one horn.
offered to take us to see his best mate,
One
a
antler.
fisherman named Igor.
What a shame.
Hey, listen, without any reindeer, there'd be no Oymyakon, because the whole town grew up on a place where reindeer herders used to spend the night next to the river.
I wonder if it just like snapped off. It was that cold.
Fishing, though.
The reindeer dropped us at the local river, where Igor
There's
was
no
already
chance
making
fish
holes in the ice.
are surviving under that.
At
Nah
minus 54,
chance.
the frostbite hazard on exposed skin is serious. And the fisherman noticed my nose had turned white again.
Well, he's saying your nose is frozen.
Right. I'll cover up.
Oh, yeah.
Your nose is
method is
frozen.
ingenious.
Your nose is gone, sir.
Goes to that hole.
Over there.
Yeah.
2 holes about 5 metres apart, with a net slung under the ice between them. Igor rarely goes home without a bucket full of fish.
Oh, here we go.
Bare hands, too. Come on then, fishy boy.
Oh,
Yes.
Well done.
How? How does the fish survive?
beauty.
Nature provides in abundance here.
Oh, and another one. Gosh, you're getting lots.
The local legend has it that when God was creating the earth, he got so cold that his hands went numb and he dropped the lot in Oymyakon.
Frozen solid already, look.
Today being 54 below, school kids missed out on a day off by just 1 degree.
Ah,
If it's minus
shit.
55,
Only-
the school says it's too dangerous to leave home.
But minus 54 is fine.
The children farewelled us from Oymyakon with a dance and warned us not to come back when the weather warms up. It gets to plus 35 in the summer months.
Oh, shit.
And apparently, it's unbearable.
In summer, it gets very hot. It gets very swampy when everything melts. The air is full of mosquitoes and black fly, and it's an extremely unpleasant place.
What?
I wouldn't like to live here. I don't think I could live here, actually, both for those climatic
So you've either got
conditions
minus
and also the
50 or
remoteness
plus
and that
35.
combination, that package. Don't think I could do it.
It's hard yards, isn't it?
Very hard life.
I'll stick with my. What's it now? What's the weather now? 10. 10 degrees.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown.
Oh, how's it going there,
Thanks for-
Tara?